used more starting lineups, 33 for the Rockets. Durant given a lot of space, could not hit. Rebound Edwards. Anthony Edwards, 16 points, started to cook at the end of the second. Misses a three here. Landry Shamet starting instead of Chris Chiozza to begin this third quarter after Chiozza started the game. Harris. Defense just backed off him. He said, all right, I'm 5 feet away. I'll put it in.
Minnesota does play drop coverage, and because of it, oftentimes they're so worried about protecting the rim that they invite you into the paint, and you're going to find some areas.
Green in and out on a three. Edwards the rebound. Try and check on the status of Chris Chiozza. The Nets already down so many point guards as Claxton.
Right hand injury for Chris Chiozza.
Oh, well.
I mean, that's significant, Michael, when we just look at the lack of point guard options. Harris unable to rim in the three off a nice delivery there from Durant. First set up by Claxton. Edwards. Incredible athleticism, and a foul, I believe, is going to be on position for an extended period now. And no Chris Chiozza for the rest of this game at the point guard position. Durant, a three, you bet. Landry Shamet delivering the assist to Durant. 17 points now for Durant, who's 3 of 5 from downtown.
Give it up to get it back. Beautiful look.
McDaniels clanks a three. That's a plus 14 on the glass. Durant muscling in for the bucket and the foul.
Course of the season, but a creativity in places on the floor of where you're putting guys and how they're able to create.
Claxton comes from behind with a rejection, but then Edwards able to follow it up with a bucket.
That was SWAT.
And that's going to be a turnover.
And you see Durant almost going to get it to Shamet, and then
tried to play it off.
Back.
Yeah, tried to play it off.
Just like an in and out, but not quite. Carried it too much.
Edwards sizing up Claxton. Rubio unable to hit the three. Nice box out there from Durant. The fling ahead to Claxton. 23 assists now for Brooklyn. There's still 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rubio. Green hung with him. Okogie leans in, gets the leave, something to be desired on the offensive end.
A lot of tough fits.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes when you look at the roster and how the roster pieces together, you don't necessarily see a lot of that in Minnesota. But to your point, they've got some athleticism, some length, and they can present some problems if given the right opportunity.
Durant, of course.
Rich is extraordinary. I'm not sure he's going to be sending you any shoes.
I think the truck would take a pair as well. Size 12, Rich. Up the floor, there's Durant.
Just because Sue Bird's giving you shoes. Now you're getting greedy.
Harris hit. Is this where you say, I did not know that? Isn't that the segment?
I thought that's Grady's segment.
Oh,
I'm not
sorry.
letting you start. You're asking for shoes. You're stealing Grady's segment. Gee, I got you, fam. We're not letting him do that.
Green tried to squeeze it into Claxton, not 20 points. As Shamet hits another three. Landry, which he had to come off the bench and then had to leave early with the health and safety protocol.
Yeah, the Toronto game for tonight.
Yeah,
a little bit of a break.
That's the interesting thing, Sarah, because the Nets have this staying loose. You know, you wonder, as that's going to be a goaltend. Bucket will count for Shamet for today for the Nets against Minnesota.
Yeah, and I think there is so much trust in the Nets performance staff. Of course, his coaching staff, Kevin Durant, his feel for his body, and just how it all fits together in the big picture. I think you even look at that with how many minutes, if he is done here today or if he ends up going in a little bit more, but the ramp up, the build up, that's still a part of what's happening to get him back to those 35 minutes a game that you're expecting and wanting him to play.
Griffin couldn't bank it in. Well, Steve Nash talked about that the other night after the loss to the Lakers and having to have Durant in the game, even though it was about a 30-point differential. As Durant looks like he's walking towards the scorers table now, so perhaps
played just about 19 minutes in the second game. He was just about 24 minutes, so that's where you wonder, are you trying to push to that threshold of right around there or a little bit more?
Corner three won't go for TLC. The rebound is good. Claxton, nicely done on the activity on the offensive glass. Nicholas Claxton now with 8 rebounds.
Nice numbers for the Nets in the paint, 38 to just 22 for the Timberwolves.
Edwards gets fouled and is going. Sarah, you talked about it. You take tomorrow out of the equation just when it comes to Durant on the floor right now as he tries to ramp up his minutes, regardless of score, as Durant hits another jumper. The Nets need to get him back to the point where you feel like you could have him on the floor for 35, 40 minutes.
They always have a plan.
Yeah.
And for as much as there is a level of importance with the game to been jockeying with that #1 seed, it's about the big picture, especially when it comes to someone like Kevin Durant.
DLC can't rim in the 3. Durant, 24 points on 8 of 12 shooting. He's 3 of 5 from downtown. Russell had it stripped by Brown. His defensive activity has been predictably terrific today. Brown couldn't finish. TLC no on the follow. And here comes Edwards. Good hands by Durant, got in there to knock it away, and the Nets come up with the turnover. Durant asking for it and receiving from Shamet. Under 3:30 to go in the third, Nets a 27-point lead. Shamet connects.